And so that was just my thoughts on it, on what I thought in that immediate moment when I heard him say that. And I thought it was just interesting, coming from a secular event, from a person that doesn't have necessarily a Christian worldview. What are your thoughts on that? Do you have any thoughts?
Yes. I don't think that at all. I have the opposite thing. A lot of times people take the conclusions of Christianity and they minus God or some of the other Christians' fundamental parts of it, and they think they can come to the same conclusion. They use that conclusion as an assumption, as like their starting point, right? And we do it a lot in the West and we fail to notice that the West has been completely absorbed into it a lot of Christian fundamental ideas, that all humans are equal, that you should love people, that everyone is equal, that men and women are equal, that someone who is strong is equal to someone who is weak, that someone who is capable of helping people is equal to someone who's not capable of helping people. Like a lot of assumptions that are built up there. Those are not assumptions those are not conclusions, I'm sorry. They have a lot of assumptions that are not conclusions of other worldviews. Morals does not exist under atheism. You remove God from the picture, you cannot say there is evil. To simplify that one, is just if there's evil, there's good. If there's good and evil, then there's a law that separates good from evil.
Yeah.
And if there's a law that separates good from evil, where's your foundation of that law? Where's your reference point for that law? And it can't be in other humans because humans disagree. It can't be in two cultures because cultures disagree. So if it's not humans and it's not cultures, then who is it? Many atheists, like Richard Dawkins says, at bottom, when he talks about the universe, he's talking about everything. At bottom, there is no good, evil, right, wrong, just pitiless indifference. That's what leading atheists come to the conclusion of. They also come to the conclusion that Sam Harris will say things like he'll be all moralistic, morals, and then he'll end his book with oh, by the way, humans are determined, which means we're robots essentially. That's just an example of how these things play out, right?
Yeah.
People even Aristotle. Now this is the time of Jesus or before Jesus, I think it was. He has statements like the barbarians are better suited for slavery. He's talking about foreigners are better suited for slavery, right? You're just suited for that, and that was a very common belief. All humans are not equal. That is a conclusion of Christianity because everyone's made in the image of God, based on the reason that math, right? Everyone's made in the image of God. Come to the conclusion, okay, all humans are equal. There's no Jew, there's no Greek, or there's no Jew, there's no Gentile. Okay, so we're all, loved your wives like Jesus loved the church, right? And wives love your husband, right? Okay, so wow, we're all equal and we're all supposed to be treating each other extremely valuably, right? That's the conclusion of Christianity that people use as an assumption, and they remove all our math, our previous math,
right?
And they just use that as an assumption. Oh yeah, love everybody, duh. No, that's not a. You show your work.